A controversy has erupted after New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani referred to AIPAC as monsters during a recent rally. Members of the Jewish community, along with Democratic Congressman Josh Gottheimer, criticized the remarks, arguing that such language echoes long-standing anti-Semitic tropes and conspiracy theories. Responding to the criticism, Mamdani said his comments were not directed at Jewish people, but at organizations and political forces that, in his view, help maintain the ongoing violence and humanitarian crisis in Gaza. He pointed to the deaths of Palestinians since the ceasefire and accused AIPAC of supporting policies that contribute to the status quo. Addressing his use of the word monsters, Mamdani explained that he was referencing a famous quote by Italian philosopher Antonio Gramsci. He said the term was meant to describe a broader political system and powerful interest groups that stand in the way of meaningful change, not AIPAC alone. The remarks have sparked intense debate, highlighting growing divisions within American politics over U.S. policy towards Israel and the conflict in the Middle East.
For the mayor, some members of the Jewish community, including Democratic Congressman Josh Gottheimer, were alarmed by the language he used at the rally last week, calling AIPAC monsters who move dark money. These are phrases that invoke old anti-Semitic tropes and conspiracy theories. What do you say to those who are concerned that the language you used is dangerous?
Now, I want to be very clear. We're talking about a status quo where children are being killed on a daily basis. More than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed by the Israeli military since the so-called ceasefire. Even an Al Jazeera journalist, Ahmed Wishah, was killed this past Saturday by an Israeli strike. And when I am speaking about AIPAC, I'm speaking about an organization that has been supportive of the status quo, that has fought any attempt to actually deliver safety to people not just in Palestine, but frankly, through much of the region. And it is a status quo for immorality. It is one that I will not accept. And when it comes to the way in which they defend the status quo, oftentimes they defend it through direct contributions, as we are seeing right now in New York 13. Oftentimes they also support the status quo through dark money, by filtering money that would have previously been directly from AIPAC, now through other shell organizations whose identities of their contributors are only made clear after an election. And I think that it is important that when we ask ourselves how such death and destruction is happening overseas, we also name those who allow it to take place.
All right, we're going to go.
The word choice, though, monsters. Do you have any regret? Would you clarify or apologize for that?
So, I was quoting Gramsci, who said that the old world is dying and the new world struggles to be born. Now is the time of monsters. I used the term to describe all those who are preventing the birth of a new world. Not solely AIPAC, but frankly, super PACs at large who are spending millions of dollars in deceptive and misleading ads that are blanketing airwaves, not just in the case of Daria Lisa Avila Chevalier, but also we see that kind of PAC spending when it comes to oppose Brad Lander, who's running for Congress, as well as Claire Valdez, as well as a number of other races. And I also used the term to describe a politics that for far too long has asked working people to lower their expectations. It has asked working people to be satisfied with small victories as their wages grow even smaller. And my use of the term is a broad use that speaks to the untenable nature of a status quo that is quite literally starving people in this city, all in the name of sustaining something that we simply cannot defend any longer. Thank you.
Henry, go ahead. Henry, right here.